Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and we're back again with another Spirit Island video. Today we're taking a look at what I think was the most hyped aspect in the entire set coming up, and that is Deep's Ocean. Deep's is one aspect, but it comes with two cards because it changes both of Ocean's innate powers. And basically what it does is it lets you put these tokens on the board, use those to destroy buildings, and if all the buildings have been destroyed, you actually get to destroy the land itself and bring it into the ocean. A truly brilliant, fascinating aspect, and I'm so excited to play it. So like I said, we have two parts of the Deeps aspect. First, part 1 of 2 is what adds these ocean tokens. And so with 2 waters, we get to add 1. A third water will get us a second token, but it has to go on a different land. And then with quite a few elements, we get to add a third one. And in multiplayer, we can add these to anywhere we want in the entire game. But in solo, you know, it's pretty linear. We're pretty much just going to be going left to right, but they do have to go in 3 different lands. I'm sure it's possible to come up in a situation where there's only 2 coastal lands left, at which point that third one's not going to be usable, but we'll burn that bridge when we get there. So we're going to be collecting all these tokens, and then we're going to use this right one, and for 2 waters, the same threshold as it takes to add a token, we get to do damage with the tokens, only to buildings. Okay. Then 4 waters to earth, if there's at least 3 of those tokens, and no buildings, then we get to drown the land, and it permanently becomes part of the ocean. No matter how many tokens were there before, 2 of them have to stay behind to mark that it's now part of the ocean, and all the rest get pushed. So I think this is going to lead to a bit of a cascading effect, since those same tokens can be used over and over again as you push them further and further inland. I expect that it's going to take us a long time to get our first drown, but then it will start rapidly accelerating through the game. And then with 2 moon and 3 waters, we get to repeat it. So this is far more interesting than the old one, especially Pound Ships to Splinters has been long criticized as just a boring innate power. And note that now there is no use for air. Right, so we don't use air here, or we had air previously on Pound Ships, and now there is none on Deeps. So that takes away a lot of the value of Call of the Deeps. Oftentimes we'd need to play it for elements, but that is no longer the case. Additionally, because really the only use for Earth is 2 or 3, we're more likely to play both of these cards together as opposed to splitting them up. Previously we need 1 Earth for 1 drown. So, you know, you'd play 1 of these on turn 1, 1 on turn 2, so that way you stay very active. Without this right drowning innate, we may run into some energy problems. Of course, solo Ocean never has energy problems, so maybe in a solo game we can go full bottom track, but maybe in a multiplayer game we'd have to pick up this 1 energy, or heck, maybe even this 2 energy spot. But yeah, I think this game we're just going to play a standard full across the bottom track game. What else to say with this? There's going to be all kinds of crazy rules questions that come up. I think I've done my research, but hopefully we don't run into anything too crazy this game. And oh yeah, one last thing. Each of these specifies which innate power it replaces, and so technically we should go this way, which I find very disturbing because it goes 2 and then 1 from left to right. And this one was what got rid of buildings, and this one's what gets rid of buildings. So, you know, I've been playing Ocean for years now, and my mind is mapped a certain way. It just feels like this belongs here and this belongs there, regardless of what it tells you to replace at the top. So that's, I don't know, that's just a little bit of a pet peeve thing, but hopefully it doesn't cause us any trouble. Okay, well, let's get into it. Random difficulty 8-9 with Nature Incarnate included. Oh no, Scotland. This is going to lead to all kinds of rules trouble. because, okay, so if we're going to have an increase in coastal lands, that does a lot of things with Scotland. One, it only takes 3 coastal lands for us to lose. So let's say like we drown this mountain here, and now there's 5 coastal lands. If 3 of the 5 have a city, we automatically lose. And then it also means that there's going to be a lot more lands that explore as towns. So certainly we're going to want to go after this land number 2 early because it's so threatening. But we might want to play this game fairly conservatively. Like if we go for 2 and then go for 3, there's only going to be 2 coastal lands, which means that we just literally cannot lose because we need 3 of those 2 in order to have a city. And then we could go for 4 next, maintaining just 2 and then 1. Maybe like we drown in this order. 3, 4, 5, and then it doesn't matter from here. But if we follow this path, we will never increase the quantity of coastal lands beyond 3. But we'll see how the game plays out. I don't know, very excited. Let's see what happens. There we got our drowning right there. We'll scale that up. Our deeps tokens, and then starts with 1 in an ocean and 1 in another land. I think we'll go like this. Okay, let's have some fun. Starting in the mountains. Alright, solo ocean, I always like to start by gaining a card. In multiplayer, I like to jump to all the other boards, so we're just going to start by gaining a card. And this is a water card. We do need water cards in order to, survive. Also, having range 1 defend is a big deal. So I think we're going to do that with this. And we're going to start with Swallowed plus Call of the Deeps. So we'll deny that build, and then it'll build a town, and then we will drown that. But I guess if we get a non-Sands Explorer, maybe we'll drown one of these lands instead, because we can then just use Grasping Tide to defend here. We'll see what happens. Okay, skip that. Build and exploring the jungles. We could also just drop a defend 4 when that comes around. Yeah, I don't feel like getting rid of a Dahan, and that's going to build again anyways. So let's drown here, just maximize our efficiency. And then we get to add 1 token, and then we get to do 1 damage to a building. That 1 damage to a building isn't really going to matter. So let's just add our token here, and life goes on. So this next turn, if we just do our normal bot, play those cards, we do get to do 1 damage. Maybe we use like elusive ambushes to do 1 damage to a city, add a token, and then we do 2 more damage, and that'll kill one of the cities. We do get a repeat, but that'll do 4 damage, 5 damage. Yeah, it's not going to be able to kill everything. Yeah, we'll just go with this. So bot, gain an energy. Go right there. 2 fear, we'll defend 4 here, play around some kind of silly event. And then here we can do a damage. All right, Terror level 1. Explore to land. No invaders, no Dahan. Okay, we'll go there. Beast kill explorers, very nice. And then we do get a slow to fast. Let's see, if I Tidal Boon, I could kick this out right now. And what does that get me? Well, it prevents a city from existing, which is nice. So yeah, might as well. So we'll gain 2 energy and then kick this out. And I think we're going to kick our Dahan inland because we generally have good control on our coast, and we want to invest our resources like our tokens and our Dahan inland, so that way random events are more likely to win the inlands for us. Defend for Dahan, great. Ravage, build, exploring the mountains. And we had to add a town to a land without town. So actually we can go here and then use the repeat to kill this town. I like that. Okay, and then we have to add Deeps tokens to 2 different lands. If our plan is to come here next, go this way, and then we'll definitely want to go there. And then we go here, do 2 damage, or 1 damage per token with a repeat. So we can go kill, kill. Time passes. All right, reclaim. Yeah, we're not having any energy problems this game. Nothing with water on it. We could use like a dire metamorphosis to solve this land, which is pretty funny. I mean, it's probably gonna blade anyways if we don't. Well, we could use elusive ambush to defend it. Maybe, yeah, I think like call to trade then would be the pick. Yeah, we use elusive ambush to defend here. We can defend 4 on the coast there. We have to eat a blight there. Yeah, I think we want to avoid taking blight if we can this game. So let's do a grasping tide. We could do this. And we need 4 card plays in order to do any drowns. So let's think about what we want to do next turn. Because let's see, next turn, if we know we want to play an elusive ambush, actually, what am I kidding? Call of the Deeps is obviously the play. Just prevent that from happening. So we're definitely playing Call of the Deeps this turn. So if we do something like this, but then an elusive ambush doesn't do anything. Maybe we play elusive ambush this turn to do 1 damage here. Save this Call of the Deeps for next turn. Do some drowning. And then any water card that we gain would give us the ability to drown something. So that's for next turn. That means that this turn we could do this. This Call to Guard's not doing anything for me. I guess that's fine. Yeah, I guess I Call to Guard to pull this Dahan out. Because we're getting really close to drowning this number 2. Just because it's been inactive. Okay. 2 fear. Defend 4. Call to Guard, we pull this in, and then anything that gets added will get 1 damage dealt to it. And then here we can do 1 damage in a land with Dahan. Okay, event. New one. Destroy a presence and lose an energy. That's probably fine. Ocean tends to have an excess of energy, and it's hard to get all our presence out of the ocean anyways. Discarding all power cards, we definitely don't want to reclaim again. So yeah, we're just going to lose a presence and lose an energy. That's totally fine. 1 fear per board disease. Remove a blight in a land with Dahan. Sweet. Remove an explorer from a land with Dahan. Does nothing. Ravage. Build. Exploring the sands. Boom! We killed the explorer. Nice. And we have to add a town to a land without a town, so we can go here. Okay, and then we get to add a drown token and then do damage. So we can add a Deeps token here and then kill this city. And the question is, yeah, I think I add the town here because in order for us to drown the land, it's after we do damage. So if wetlands were to come up, we can add one more deeps token and then hit for 4, killing 2 towns and then drowning the land. And if it doesn't come up, then we're good anyways. So yeah, I think that plays around the most stuff. Okay, we need any water card in order for this plan to work. Minor. Okay, one choice. Great. Okay, all of those. We can go here, and if we're planning on drowning this, I'll put my presence in it'll just get sucked back into the ocean. And the hardest thing whenever you're playing ocean is just getting your stuff on the board. So this is what we're going to do. Pay, Call of the Deeps. Yeah, really nothing to do with it. We'll just go there. Everything else is slow. We're probably just going to take a blight, lose a presence here, which is unfortunate. Okay, Explorer doesn't do anything. 2 damage to invaders. Okay. 1 fear per land with invaders where Dahan outnumber buildings. 1 fear. Magic Ravage card, do 1 damage. Okay. Go there. Ravage. Build. And then mountains and wetlands. I think I'm actually very happy with hitting these wetlands since I was planning on drowning it anyways. Okay, over here we get 3 fear. We can do some drowning. Drowning this and this here, and then we get 2 energy, and then we can Tidal Boon you in. Because over here, we get to add 2 Deeps tokens, and then we get to start drowning things. So we're going to add a Deeps token here and here. With our innate, we get to do 1 damage per Deeps token to buildings only, and then we can start drowning things with a repeat. So here, 1 damage per. Now that there are no buildings, and there's at least 3 Deeps tokens, 2 of them get flipped, 1 of them gets pushed. Okay, and now we get to repeat this in the same land or in another land with our presence, so we get to do 1 damage per Deeps token. Okay, 2 of them stay and get flipped, 1 of them gets pushed, and now that is all part of the ocean. So there's only 2 coastal lands going into the Coastal Explorer, which I think is a good thing for us. Okay, time passes. Reclaim, gain 2 energy. I think with 12 energy on hand, it's time to swing for a major. This Call to Guard might not get too much done for us. And what do we get? Ooh, I've never pulled this card before. With no build or ravage action in target land. Since we know we have coastal, and it's going to be a jungles or wetlands, which actually, by the way, having no jungles or wetlands is going to be sweet. That's far more likely to hit. That's exciting. That is going to be reclaimed, so everything is in the ocean, so we want stuff with range. Gather up to 3 Han. Remove 3 health worth of invaders per Dahan. So we know this is going to build a town, explore a town. So we could gather 3 Dahan, and then that'd be 9 health, 679. We could just remove this entire land by using Inspire the Release of Stolen Lands. That seems strong. We have no animals, so we can't threshold it, but it still seems like a good card. Oh wait, target land with no blight. Rip. No animals, but we do have the moon and the earth. Yeah, that's even more animals. I think we take Inspire, and this will help us. Well, we don't have any blight removal, and we're looking at blight all over the place. Maybe we go here. because of the fact that there's Blight. Because it would be 1 damage per Blight and Beast, so it's going to be 2, 4 damage. And then the extra damage makes our Deeps do more. Let's try that. Let's go here. Maybe this Call to Guard can go away. We'll do this. And then we have 3 more cards to play. That means we can't drown the land, but we can do damage repeat if we have the Moons. Call of Deeps does literally nothing. Yeah, none of these cards actually do anything for me. So maybe I just play the Call of the Deeps just for elements. And then we play just a card. Okay, Call of Deeps does nothing. Event. Terror level 2. Ravaging lands with Han. -1 damage to the land, each individual invader. So that means it's only going to deal 1 damage to the land, which means we're good. I'm going to not push anything. We're going to be hammering that down with a ton of damage this turn. Skip the normal Explorer. Whoa, that's huge. And skip the next build. Oh, wow. We just get a whole free turn. Okay. So everything does +1 damage to the Dahan, which means that these guys die, but we don't take a Blight. And then we don't build, and we don't explore. So we're going to look like that. So we're going to have triple stack in that land? That could be sketchy. Okay, so we'll go here, add 2 of those, then deal 4 damage. And then we get to add 2 Deeps tokens and do damage. And this will give me 2 fear. Time passes. Since we have the free turn, I mean, if we pick up any water earth card, we can start drowning some more. We have plenty of energy. I don't know if I like this major. Let's reroll for a new major. There we go, water earth. And I think we actually get to threshold that right off the bat. So that's nice. Yeah. Place a presence, grow out, gain, pay. What do we even do with all of our cards now? Am I just getting too hypey? Okay, so we get to do a damage in a land with Dahan, and then in that wetlands, we get to do a fear, 6 damage, isolate. So isolate with a wilds and a badlands. And then just 2 fear and defend nothing. But we get tokens and we get to drown things. So actually we get to drown both of these lands this turn. Which is great because it's going to explore the coast and then we just drown everything. But I think that means we lose all our Dahan. But we'll deal with it. We'll be okay. Event. During the Ravage step. Skip a Ravage action. Okay, doesn't do anything. Beast doesn't do anything. Any Dahan in lands with buildings? Nope. Strife a town. Okay. And then Scapegoats. Level 2. Boom, boom. Okay, so we build. And these are the coastal lands. And there's no adjacent cities, so there's no build steroid. Exploring the coast. And then we have to do another explore for the wetlands, which is isolated. But then we have to escalate, add a town, so we'll add a town there. Okay, slow phase. Let's just drown this for some energy first. And then we will add our 2 Deeps tokens. Boom, boom. And then we can drown both these lands. Pushing out this way. And then we repeat. Because this wetlands is just solved, like we can just run it this way and be in a much stronger position. And all of you are drowned. Now we have blight, disease. We have a disease in the ocean in case if any invaders decide that they want to try and build in the ocean. Time passes. Wow. Only, what, 4 lands left in the game? That's awesome. We just need to find a way to get back here. Reclaim, 2 energy. Oh, we forgot to forget that for this major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just gain some minors. Actually, I shouldn't have forgot that. That could help us in this number 8. Cheap on element. Yeah, let's go for this. Since we got our last 2 lands back here are going to be the sands and the jungles. What do we want to do? We're ravaging here, so we need to throw out a defend. Considering there's almost no Dahan left, we got to cash in on this card before it's no longer useful. And there's no explorers to hit. We'll just play that for some fear. And we can, I mean, we'll definitely be able to do some more drowning this turn. So we could do something like this. And we don't need to play anything else. Because that third one, there's only 2 coastal lands, so there's no reason to even try and push for a third Deeps token. And then we can gain a minor and then play the full grip. Any Earth card will hit the Melt Earth threshold. Okay, 4. Event, Years of Little Rain. Thank you. So we get it for free, and we don't have any presence to land with the Han, so we don't get to proliferate. Defend per Dahan, that's cool. That'll die. Build the coast, and then build the wetlands. There's only 2 coastal lands, so we don't need to worry about losing to Scotland. Wetlands Explorer. Okay. I think this will get a nice Melt Earth into Quicksand. It'll do 6 damage plus 1 with the Badlands, so it'll kill everything. So that's nice. That doesn't do anything for us. That just gets us to fear. That doesn't do anything because we have no presence out here. So now we get to add 2 Deeps tokens. And then we can do damage, drown that, flip these 2. And we need to get at our last city. We get to repeat in target land or in a land with presence, which we don't have any legal target for. Okay, so time passes. Any Earth card will threshold Melt Earth into Quicksand. Yep, and will give us more drowns. So gain a minor. Yeah, any Earth cards. We have 3 choices. We'll go here, and oh, that's a coastal land now. That's actually gonna ravage. Ooh. Maybe we go this way because we're planning on drowning this. Well, it's not gonna fully drown. We'll do this in case that blights. And since we have to worry about that, let's just take this defense. Yeah. Well, this is going to deal 7 damage with that Earth, right? Well, this card's right out. There's no legal targets on the board. And there's no real bad lands to hit either, so yeah, that's just the pick. Okay. Is there any explorers to hit? We can hit this guy. We'll do a defend. Oh, actually, or we could blight removal. But no, blight removal's worse here because it's Scotland, so it'll add 1 to the ocean. But blight removal is a good thing to have access to. Here we get 1 fear, 7 damage, and then isolate Badlands Wilds. Dealing 7 damage because of the existing Badlands. And I guess we didn't even need the defense because of this. So actually, we'll use this for blight removal, and then that will become a defend 4 with 2 fear. We already used that. Okay. Event. Add a town. Okay, that's fine. Sands or mountains. Okay. Dahan, nope. Gather Dahan, no. Beast. Our beast is in the ocean, but it is adjacent. That is coastal, so we get to remove that explorer for free. Yeah, let's actually, hold on, let's move all this stuff up. Over here, we get a strife and a land with presence. And we gain an energy. That energy is really nice for us. So we'll add the strife, and then when it comes time to ravage, all that strife will be removed. That double ravages for nothing. And then we will build. Or actually, we just use that, which isolates. So there is no adjacent city, so it does not build. Exploring the Jungle Sands. That one is coastal. That one is not coastal. Okay. We'll do fear. Let's drop a disease here so we don't need to worry. There's only going to be 1 city left. And then we get to add 2 Deeps tokens. So Deeps. And then 1 damage per Deeps token. Both of them only have 2, but we do get to repeat. So we get to do 4 damage here, which will kill this city. And that is a Terror level 3 victory against Scotland 5. Deeps Ocean is awesome. This is a badass spirit. That's just so much fun. Just completely shrinking the size of the board. Taking a look forward, I mean, all the mountains were gone, right? And so... Oh, okay. Well, I was hoping it would be 2 mountains cards, but alas, it's only 1. But I feel like that can also be... Like, it never really came up this game. I mean, kind of at the end, it did, with, like, only 1 Jungles and Sands existing. But I think that's, like, a huge part of the power of Deeps, is that you just start denying all these explorers. In a way, it's kind of funny because, you know, with spirits like Fangs or whatever, you would try and like pocket the back of the board by getting rid of that starting town. And with Deeps, you're basically pocketing the front of the board by just making it not exist altogether. Like, at the end of the day, both ways you prevent the explorers from taking actions by denying explorers. But this, you just deny the entire land from existing altogether. So Deep seems to be really strong, and I'm really excited to try him out in a multiplayer game. No clue how we might change our strategy, or if there's going to be like an optimal way. Like, maybe you get rid of the wetlands on every board, so that way whenever a wetland shows up, like, you just high roll like crazy. But I don't know, this is a sweet aspect. I think the hype was absolutely on point. I'm super excited to play more of this guy. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Have yourself a wonderful day.